the fourth speaker, Professor Nalut, comes from University Hospital San University Catholic Leuven, Belgium. Professor Nalut is a past president of International Liver Transplant Society. His topic is how to prevent and manage small foresight syndrome in donor liver transplant. Professor Nalut, please.
Okay, thank you. And of course, also my challenge is today also my anniversary, so I prefer to stay with you and with my family. So I've been asked to speak about the small foresight graft, and I looked also through the literature in view of the fact that there is a tendency in many centers to do a shift from the right to the left liver, and I think a lot of the information I will present is related to this. So small foresight syndrome is a clinical syndrome which is due to, in fact, a failure of the liver, and this can be, of course, after a liver resection. It's well known after the living donation, but it's also known to exist after full-size living grafting. And this syndrome is characterized by the fact that the patient remains for a long time jaundiced, they have coagulopathy, they have many times a large production of ascites, and finally they got in a spiral with infection and eventually with a lethal outcome. So I put also the full-size graft because, in fact, the small foresight syndrome is known for almost 25 years. But I think it escaped to the attention of the liver transplant surgeons, and it came back again when picking up the living donor liver transplantation. You see, the first publication about the small foresight syndrome came from the Paris group, who at a certain time transplanted very small pediatric donor livers in adults, and you see that the outcome in these patients was not good at all, and it's the same what you see, of course, in the small foresight syndrome occurs in the context of a living donor transplantation. Now, there are different definitions about small foresight syndrome. I think the precise definition is maybe still lacking, but I think that most of us go for the last definition by the Kyushu group, where the focus is mainly on the prolonged jaundice of these patients, and then you can even have several categories. Now, without any doubt, the small foresight syndrome is related, first of all, to the small liver size, but again here there is a lack of a precise definition of a small foresight graft. As we just heard from Dr. Ikegami, you can go from 0.8 to 0.7 to 0.65 and even to 0.6, and there are even some living donor liver transplants done with an even lesser graft body weight ratio. And what was pointed out first by the Kyoto group already a long time ago, I think also about 20 years ago, that if you transplant a liver with a graft body weight ratio of 0.8 or less than 0.8, that the result is, of course, significantly less, and this explains also why the results of the left liver living donor transplantation were less good, at least in the beginning of the development of this activity in medicine. So the graft size is important, but it is not the only important factor, because otherwise we could not explain why in some centers the results of a left liver living donor transplant is very successful. And as you see, as you write, this is work also done by the group that is led by Kim Ott of the A2A study. You see that a lot of patients in this American study developed a small foresight syndrome despite the fact that the graft body weight ratio was 1 or even more. So there are more factors playing in the definition of small foresight syndrome, and these depend both on the donor and on the recipient factors. For the donors, quality of graft is of course important, ischemic injury is important, steatosis is important, and also, as you can see, age is important, as shown by Hassan Medical Center. And of course, as we have already seen before, if you reconstruct the middle hepatic vein drainage, yes or no, in small livers, it influences, of course, the outcome of your patients. not only the graft is important, but also the recipient status. Is a nice study also from the States, where you see that if your patient is very sick, the small foci syndrome is much influencing the outcome of your patient. So our first conclusion is that we should first aim to have an adequate liver mass to be transplanted in a sick patient, and the sicker the patient is, the higher should be the graft body weight ratio. And we know all that the Hassan group went a step further to circumvent this problem and implant 2 livers from 2 different donors, dual graft, to overcome this low graft body weight ratio. What is of course important, whatever transplant, whatever graft you choose, is that the outflow of your graft must be optimized, and as stressed by all Asian centers, it is the most important selection point, in fact, to avoid the graft foci syndrome, and we should aim at adapting our technique. It has been well published by the Hong Kong group, by the ASEAN group, by the recent excellent overview made in the American Journal of Transplantation by S.G. Lee. I think it's a little bit a Bible for me of living donor liver transplantation. So this is a slide I took over, of course, from the article from Lee. If we want to avoid small foci syndrome, we must have an adequate graft volume, we must have an adequate outflow, but we should not forget also the inflow, and the inflow becomes even more important if we go to a left liver grafting. We must look at the hemodynamics of the portal vein, and we must also look then at the hemodynamics of the hepatic artery. And there are many reports in the literature about portal flow and portal pressure. I'll go rapidly over this. You see the first indicators that portal flow is of importance, especially when using small grafts. They are already known now for about 20 years also. So the portal vein flow is important because it gives an overperfusion of the liver with damage of the synovial spaces. And this again was highlighted by the Kyoto group, not only that portal flow is important, but also portal vein pressure. And you see that this is a very nice article that shows that portal pressure more than 20 millimeters of mercury early after transplantation, but also later on after transplantation influences in an important way the outcome of your transplantation. And of course, then you can think about combining portal vein flow and portal vein pressure. And this is very well demonstrated in this again very nice study from the A2A living donor study group in the States. And you see that allograft dysfunction in fact leads to a 5-point time less good outcome of your transplant procedure. And this allograft dysfunction was correlated not only by portal vein flow, which of course influences your buffer response and the hepatic arterial inflow. As you see on the right upper bottom, the higher is your flow in the portal vein, the less good is your flow in the hepatic artery. And also you see that the proportion of patients which had early allograft dysfunction was much higher in patients which had a high portal pressure. So the pathophysiology of the combination of these hemodynamics can be summarized in a shear stress with also an influence on the hepatic artery vascularization. And finally, it leads to typical pathologic modifications which explain the small foci syndrome. So these portal vein hemodynamics are more important if we shift our risks in this procedure from the donor to the recipient. This aims implanting left livers instead of right livers. And two things should be looked at: the hypoperfusion of the graft and the hyperperfusion of the graft. And we know that the smaller is your liver, the more important these elements are. So the hypoperfusion is many times due to the existence of large collaterals which cause a portal venous steam, and the hyperperfusion is of course related to a high flow and also a high intrahepatic resistance, which can be influenced of course with the suboptimal hepatic venous outflow. And as I already shown, you have to modulate your graft outflow. This has been described largely in the literature for the right liver, grafts for the left liver grafts, and as stated below, and also highly stressed in the review article from S.G. Lee, that the optimal outflow is critical not only for maximizing the graft function, but also to lower the portal vein pressure. Now, how can the graft inflow be modulated? There have been many solutions proposed in the literature. You have the schools who go for the non-shunt modulation. You have the schools who go for the shunt modulation. I think this should be the last option to take, because it has an influence later on the patient. And we should not forget that there are also pharmacological means of influencing or trying to influence this small vessel size syndrome, although I am not so a believer in the pharmacological approach of this syndrome. So the portal venous stele should be treated by the ligation of the large venous collaterals, very well shown in a nice article paper published by the Kyushu group, and this is a good example that we should look at these large collaterals. It has been shown many times to be of great influence to survive the graft. What about the influence in your portal vein pressure by additional surgical acts? The first of this one has been highlighted again by the Kyoto group, and you see that the smaller is your graft, the higher is in fact your portal pressure, and you can influence the portal pressure by ligating, which is a simple surgical act, the splenic artery, during the operation. I'm not so in favor of doing this after the operation, doing interventional radiology, and you see on the right part of the slide that the patients with a high portal vein pressure without splenic artery ligation have a much less survival of the graft. Another influence of the splenic artery ligation is, of course, that you improve your hepatic artery inflow because you reduce the portal venous pressure, and this has been shown also to be able to influence the outcome and the survival of the graft. What about the portosystemic shunt? There have been several procedures described now since 2002. The first one was by Boileau. For me it's a little bit too complicated, and also it implies the interruption of the superior mesenteric vein. I think we should not touch too much to these vessels. You have different procedures, you have different criteria to go to the importal shunts. But there was a very nice review recently published in the World Journal of Surgery, which shows, in my opinion, also the limits of this surgical intervention, because you see that all the black bars are in fact these patients who had a hemiportocaval shunt and who died after the transplantation, and all these patients had a graft body weight ratio less than 0.6. So I think there is a limit to do this shunting procedure, and you see that there is a big influence if you go beneath 0.6 body weight ratio about the survival of the graft. So I come back to this scheme which has been proposed by the Kyoto group, who go in fact rather rapidly to hemiportocaval shunting, both in the right and the left liver combination. But I think maybe we should go in an intermediate phase, and this is of course proposed by the Kyushu group, which is a very strong advocate to do the splenic artery ligation, not only but also to complete this with a splenectomy, and you see that you have a reduction in portal venous pressure. These are the results for what they do. In their last review, about 250 left livers, you see that 7 out of 10 of their recipients got a splenectomy, and you see that the results are really excellent with a 90% graft survival. So I think that all these detailed portal hemodynamics is especially important when you go from right to left liver living donor transplantation procedure. So in conclusion, I think that I've shown that a small foci syndrome is in fact a multifactorial process. It gives rise to early graft dysfunction with a high morbidity and also mortality. The pathophysiology is based on an intragraft shear stress, and this means that we should look at the portal and splanchnic venous hemodynamics, especially if we use smaller grafts. We should avoid hypo as well as hyperperfusion. We should look at the portal venous flow. We should look at the portal venous pressure. And of course, there are different possibilities to tackle this problem. The easier way is, I think, to opt always for a right graft. Less easier way, but also a good way. But I think it's only done in Asia. Is going for a dual graft, and the difficult way is to choose for a smaller, mostly left graft, and then to add some complementary surgical technical modifications with aim at optimize the outflow and the inflow modulation. And thank you for your attention.
Any question or comment? Professor, I have a question. If the patient will provide LDLT, we test his portal vein pressure is less than 15 millimeter mercury, and his portal vein flow is more than 250 milliliter per minute per 100 grams. How do you intervention this?
We have, of course, not the experience that you have in Asia, but we go rather for splenic artery ligation. That's what we do. We never did in our experience splenectomy. We don't use the shunts because I did not show this, but if you do intraportal shunts, there are also adverse effects for the recipients with encephalopathy. There have been methods described to occlude the shunt. I think we should all avoid it and not make it too complicated. I think splenic artery ligation is a simple procedure for these patients.
Okay. I want to ask you a simple and practical question, Professor Lerner. If everything is fine in the theater and you don't think that it will be a small pore size graft and you didn't do any ligation or any manipulation with medical instruments after the transplant for the early postoperative period, but after day 5, around day 7, when it comes out to be you see that it's a small pore size syndrome. So how do you manage these patients? What are your steps to tell the audience? How do you take the steps further for managing small pore size syndrome after the operation?
We look, of course, carefully at Doppler examination, but we had some patients in which we did portal splenic artery embolization, which is improvement of the situation. And I think I did not talk too much about this, but the perioperative care is also important with albumin level of the patient, the fluid management, because I think it's many times forgotten. We also avoid to transfuse the patient. I always learned from Professor Marcucci that the most toxic drug for a partial liver graft or resected patient is a transfusion, and I am a believer of this, so we almost never transfuse the patients, and we let drop them even till hematocrit of 20. That's our opinion, and I think that it's also done in Kaohsiung, and I think it is the right approach. A transfusion is very bad for these patients. And this is many times a problem with the intensivists because they want to transfuse the patients. And I think it should be, the postoperative care should be directed by the surgeons.
Okay, so you don't start immediately with the medical instrumentation, to start in or beta-blocker or so?
No.
You go directly to splenic artery.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much.